Hey guys, Anthony Santo from myrecordinginternship.com. I have some music news for you, and really cool music news. We have two articles. I think you're really going to like them. Number one, I made a prediction in a video. It was October 7th, 2017. The video is called "What Will Happen to Record Labels and Recording Studios?" and my tagline was, "Will Spotify jump to the Netflix model and force major labels to respond?" I predict yes. Now, CNBC finally did an article a few days ago about this exact thing, and it mirrored my argument almost word for word here. This gentleman knows what he is talking about. He is a record producer, Kabir Segal. He's a record producer, and he is a businessman. He works at Chase Bank. He's a VP at JP Morgan. So he knows both ends of this sort of industry. He understands the financials and does understand the music behind it as well. So really cool guy to listen to. So he's saying that Spotify could emulate Netflix, which is exactly what we were talking about. Now, if Spotify wants to turn a profit, which they really need to do, they don't make any money. Spotify loses money every single month. It's really, they need to get to a certain amount of users, and then they need to increase the price, or they could start acting as the label. Now, we'll just start with them acting as the label, even though I think there are different things they can do. And in this article, they did kind of go on a few different things they could do. They said, hey, Apple paid Chance the Rapper for a 2-week exclusive on his music, gave him $500,000, got the exclusive. That's one way to go, but if you were the label, you could definitely do better than that. So if you just sign a guy like Chance the Rapper, and I'm not sure he would sign with you, but if you were taking bands and taking rappers and taking up and coming artists in, when they actually needed you, and then the contract might be real good for you. It might really, really be great in the future. And you have all these curated playlists and everything where you could really pop these artists on them and make them big almost overnight. So it seems like it's the way to go. And they could either become just the label, or they could become the label and the publisher. They have the ability to be a publisher, especially since they are going to go public. And let's be honest, it's a tech stock. Everyone's going to throw money at it, even though they don't understand it and it's losing money. They'll just throw money at it like crazy. So they're going to have a huge influx of cash, and they need to know what to do with it. And I bet you they're thinking about this deeply on the news of the new payout system. So there's a new streaming payout system. What did we used to get? Let's take a look. We used to get a payout of 10.5% from the revenue from your streams. Now it's 15.1% from the revenue of your streams. That's a 44% increase. That's a very, very big, very, very good fighting that these lawyers went to the copyright board and made this happen. Very good job for them. But we are now, it's a mechanical license. So you have no control over it. So this is the governing body controlling what you make from your own music. And it said a lot of times in the article, they would like a more free market system because they know that they could demand more money from streaming services. And that probably is true. But then you're just going to push Spotify to do this even quicker. They'll take over the label business even quicker that way. Now, this won't just take out labels because their back catalogs are producing about 50% of their income. Even in streaming, their back catalogs are producing a lot of money for them. I know songs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, stuff that they've had forever is still producing a ton of money. And you're not going to be able to buy those off very easily, especially if you're a Spotify and they know that you're eventually becoming the enemy. It's going to be very hard for you to buy those from the labels because they will cling to that. So what they can do here, now this is the big point I wanted to get at. We know that everything was increased. Now we're at 15% basically of the revenue going to the artist one way or another, to the label or the publisher. Now, the real strange thing that happened here is the publisher won big. The publishing companies won really big here because the ratio of label to publisher payout changed dramatically. Because it used to be that for every $1 a publisher got paid, a label would make $4.76. Now for every $1 a publisher gets paid, a label makes $3.82. That is a significantly different ratio, and this might cause Spotify to consider going into publishing as well once they get all this money coming in and they start seeing what they could go and do with it. They might not only just go, hey, Netflix model, we're going to sign our own bands. They might sign those bands, hold the publishing, everything. It wouldn't be a terrible move for them, and I would be willing to bet that they will try the label thing. And maybe, and this is more of a 50-50, maybe they will try with the bands that they sign them to publishing deals, maybe a sister company that they have a deal with or something. But I'm not sure that they'll completely try to take over publishing, as it is fairly intensive work. But yeah, that's my thought on everything going on in the news right now. Congratulations, you're making more from your streaming music. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you probably in a day.